Hello, class. This is Bryan McCoskey, and this is my screencast for my game for week 6. And without further ado, let's get started. So, this week, we did a lot. We basically started creating gameplay loops, I believe, through C++. We added health. Um, and then we added on hit to take damage, receive damage, and then add towards a UI. So um, this works great with the current game that I've already built in, and I've done a couple other things. First off, um, show you some of the things that we have. So one of the on damages was this box here. And well, the guy used fire in the tutorial, but instead of a fire particle, I am now able to make my lava damaging. So this was the lava material that I was playing with earlier, right here. But now I'm able to add that into a hitbox that whenever I touch, I get damaged. So next week when I make the game, that's going to allow me to add a little extra piece of gameplay for some environmental damage. Um, I now allow there's now a med kit that I can have throughout the level. Maybe I'll make some spawn points and have them spawn periodically if they don't exist. That way I can keep the game going. And also, I created this UI right here. So let's look at the designer. And so now we've got a UI within the tutorial. The tutorial had showed us the magic / ammo and then how to apply health for yourself. I also added health for my escort, the escort muffin. So if you go into the graph, um, he shows you how to do your own health text, magic bar percentage, magic text, health bar percentage, and then now here's my muffin health. Um, I get the actor, the muffin, the CPP, um, because it's the only one in my level, and it's the only one I plan on being in my level. This one works. If I had separate ones and I wanted to do specific, I would probably have to add a tag to it. But because it's the only one, this works, even though it's not the best coding. And yeah, so max health divided by regular health, and then that's your turn node, and then text, same thing, does the same thing. However, I learned uh, a new blueprint as well, so a format text. So I was able to make it look like what it looked like for C++. Like always, I do a mixture of C++ and um, blueprints. So these are some of the blueprints that I made. Um, Also adding as far as blueprints goes, I had to make a blueprint out of the C++ medkit because C++ medkit didn't apply a collision box and a mesh. So out of the C++ classes, here's your medkit. I just uh, turned that into a blueprint. So it'll always be like this. Earlier, I added a component to it. I just set it in the level, and then added. I can always add a box collision, and then add a static mesh, right? And then if I look at this, find the dang thing. So we're gonna make the static mesh look like a 1mm cube. And so now, if I look for it, it's right here. Yeah. So here it is, and I can do what I want. The problem with doing it this way is I'd have to do that every time. I would have to do this every time, and that's not what I want to do. Because I want the ability to spawn multiple ones. So, you know, I could just, like, for example, if I wanted this to be something kind of neat, I could make it glow, that sort of stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to delete this completely. I don't want it. That's why I just made it into a blueprint class instead of C++. Something else that I've changed is, so before this guy was the zombie dude, the other ones were not. Now this guy's a normal guy, and then the shadow / zombie muffins are going to follow him. So they're the bad guys, and then he moves around. And then I also changed, if I go to the blueprints, I'm sorry if I go to my muffin. So muffin blueprints. So now my muffin will, so on begin play they will begin move, and so on their move, random integer in range between 1 and 0, and then I use the switch. If it's 0, it's going to chase the muffin. If it's a 1, it chases me. So now they attack, well, they chase after both, and then as well as my BP muffin, when he receives damage, same thing, he loses health. If he goes below 0, he does the muffin death and then ends the game. So now, like I talked about last week, if I hit play, all right, he moves. Here's the, see, this hits me. That's at 80%, then brings that back to 90. Right now I don't have a spawn method in for that guy, spawn function. Okay, so here are these, and he just took damage. These guys coming after there, he's taking damage, and I'm killing them. Now, just like the tutorial, and I'll get into the actual C++ code in a bit, but the tutorial, you know, after 5 shots, you gotta reload, and then every time it hits, it overheats. So my muffin's taking damage. So no, my muffin's taking damage. So he's running around, and I've got to protect him. So these doors are dangerous. Come through the doors. All right, he's safe. All right, so he's up, and then eventually they're gonna get to him. These guys are chasing him. If there's a chase in here, so let's. All right, see, he's getting hurt, and if he loses 3 more, he gets hit 3 more times. Hit this guy. Boom. 2 more times, he's dead. 1 more time, and game over. I killed 19, final score. And then that's the gameplay loop, right? So I hit play again, and then it starts all over for me. Kind of like it. So anyway, that's the game in a nutshell. For next week, I'm going to change the level plan up a little bit, add more to it. I'm going to turn the lights down because I think I found a really interesting way to incorporate this sucker. Make it bigger, and it'll light up the room until I walk into it, and the room will go dark. And then with this box, maybe if he goes in, whenever he goes in here, it'll speed up the, it'll increase the speed of the other ones. So whenever he's in there, he slows down maybe, and everything goes faster. I think that's what I might do is while this guy is inside here, he slows down. So that's going to be the gameplay method with that. And then of course I'm going to sprinkle some effects with this throughout, and then just add to it, and that'll be the actual final game. So I got the gameplay loop down. I just got to build it. build the environment. Pretty excited about it. Can't wait till next week. So into the blueprint classes, we added the med kit. We added some stuff on the HUD, and then changed the game mode up and the first person character, and then the campfire, which is just the lava. So going with the first person character, um, stuff we added here. I mean, we added a ton of properties and functions, right? Because we wanted to make sure we're able to get this done. So we added the tick towards it, and then we, full health, health percentage, full health magic, all this stuff is to take care of his health and his ammo. The red flash is when he gets hit, and it flashes on the UI. This magic curve, it's the time between shots. I've got it set for 1 second. It was set for 2 seconds to begin with. I don't like it. I can change that up. And then here's your actual functions in order to do that. And then these are the functions at work. So your begin play, this I'm setting up all my variables. Here's your magic curve, the time between attacks. And then on fire, that goes between your magic curve as well. And then you have a 3-second delay once it ends. And then each shot is worth 20. I can change that however I want. And then here's your get health, get magic to return that percentages. This is for the HUD in order to make it look like a percentage, like 100%, 90%. Same thing with the magic. This can be damaged. Lets me know that it can be damaged, and then whenever I get damaged, I can't for 2 seconds, and here's the 2-second timer for that. This sets the magic value that I have right now, and then this magic state. This will set my gun material. Flash if I get hit, and then this is the one wherever I take damage, and it damages my character. What's so great about this is because it's the take damage function right here. Whenever I can use a blueprint, apply damage, it will affect that, and that's nice here. So that's your first person character. The campfire was on overlap. It can apply damage, so that's good. And then your med kit, wrong button. So you've got the med kit CPP, and then this med kit it applies health, and then I can apply more if I want. Like I said, I'm probably going to make a spawning function in order for it to spawn throughout the level more often. And then getting your HUD set up, create the widget for your UI. So that's what I did this week. Next week, I'm going to put the game together and finalize it, and I'm looking forward to it. That's all I got. All right, see you next week.